Hello again. Day 16. Today's topic is peace. Peace of mind is attainable through self-control. Plato says, "He who is of calm and happy nature will hardly feel the pressure of age, but to him who is of an opposite disposition, youth and age are equally a burden." Peace of mind. My story began with such perhaps a freak accident. I was walking in the woods with the two family dogs and nothing more than usual, just here on a vacation. And suddenly everything dropped away. I still heard the birds singing, the wind in the trees, but my mind was silent. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but it's like one of these, you hear that phrase, the silence is deafening. Because for the first moment in time, something I suddenly realized I'd been after my entire life, which was to get peace, to become at peace with myself. And for a few minutes I was. And then as I started examining it, the thoughts started coming back in. But I still held that as a unique experience in my life. And when I went back to LA, I still was studying that point because it never had ever occurred to me that that's what I was looking for my entire life. In all the 20 some odd years I'd spent, following somebody else's philosophy and practices and with their ideas of how you should improve yourself, the corporation had no clue what they were doing. It actually shattered the whole scene that it was in the middle of, because suddenly I'd found and experienced complete peace, and then I found that I could actually generate that at any point I wanted to. And so after that, all I had left was to pack up everything and move back to a rural area where I could finish studying it out. And that is what started the whole study of which this book series called Go Thunk Yourself, which I guess may have finished major steps, but then the journey, as Joseph Campbell says, once you finish one journey, another starts, or he implies at least. And in those studies, of course, we go through then you start seeing the whole cycle become again. Because we went back through we figured out who actually were the classic self-help bestsellers, who weren't influenced by their sales, weren't influenced by charisma, and so on and so forth. And then you distill these points. In doing that, I found Earl Nightingale, which I'd listened to as a kid, but I didn't realize it, what he'd said with his Strangest Secret. In The Strangest Secret, he mentions a book, The Magic of Believing, by Claude Bristol. And in that book, Mr. Bristol refers to a point where he had such an experience, and he found in researching it wasn't uncommon. A lot of people have these. And he referred to a book, which name escapes me right this second. But the whole point is that anybody can have this peace. And the title of this, that it's attainable through self-control, is a bit misleading. It's rather the reverse. You drop having to control anything, and you just let it go. And by doing that, then, and we've covered the without even thinking through this, you realize when we've gone through these earlier points, we've actually covered all the skills you need to attain peace of mind anytime you want it, for as long as you want it, and to live a very calm and unflappable life, which Earl Nightingale was every bit of an example of that. And so those are the point, and this is what the point, I've got quotes in here, I've got all sorts of things, explanations of it, and the whole real bottom line is that you just have to create it for yourself. And it's creating by not creating thing or just letting everything else go is one method. Anyway, today's exercises are from Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, who really, just to shorthand it, he said, first, collapse physically, meaning let all your muscles relax. Second is to drain the mind, which we've covered before. Consider the mind a big sink with a stopper, pull the stopper, let everything drain out of it. And the third is, he says, is to think spiritually, which is, for him, is connect with God and fill your inner self with the harmony, native harmony there. For Emerson, it was the essay on nature was very appropriate there. And it's just as appropriate that where I found peace was out walking in nature by myself. Other people have other things, but if you can get, as we mentioned in earlier things, as within so without, as above so below, if you can get peace for yourself and be able to generate it any time, then imagine if we could spread that ability to everyone we knew. Why, then we would have a constant peace all over this planet, and an abundance, and everyone's freedom, native freedom and native abundance would start reappearing. We would have all sorts of magnificent miracles of things happening. But I leave you with that today. Peace.